Good afternoon, everyone. This is Joe Meloche, and I am the Superintendent of the Cherry Hill Public School District. I am thrilled that you're joining me today on Thursday, April the 26th, 2018, for the monthly online lunch with the superintendent. And I have a very special guest with me today, my good friend, Miss Brenda Jorett. Brenda is here with us today, and she is the producer of Sustainable Cherry Hill's Earth Festival. So I'm very excited, and Brenda, it's timely that you're with me this morning to talk about the Earth Festival here in Cherry Hill. What can you tell us about it? First of all, when is it? And secondly, what is it?
We're so excited to be presenting our 9th Sustainable Cherry Hill Earth Festival, produced with Sustainable Cherry Hill, the school district, Cherry Hill Township, the county, Camden County, and so many other wonderful vendors, our wonderful sponsors, our presenting sponsors, Lord's Care, gotta get them all in, Lord's Care, and Ravitz Family Markets, and Hutchinson, and our other wonderful sponsors as well. It's this Saturday. We're less than 48 hours away. This Saturday, April 28th, is our Earth Festival at Historic Croft Farm.
Yes.
Right here in our wonderful town. If you've never been to Croft Farm, this is the time to go see it. Everything is blooming. It's beautiful. It's a 3-acre, gorgeous historic park, and we will have more than 90 displays, including all of the Cherry Hill schools.
Yes.
A couple of other schools are also joining us for the first time. We have 2 stages of entertainment, and this year, I bring props.
I like props.
Reduce Plastic Fantastic is our theme.
Nice.
The Earth Day Network, an international organization,
Yes.
is making a very big push to reduce the plastic waste that is literally floating around the world. And one of the things that we're doing at our festival is we're collecting bottle caps if you look into the science of how you recycle bottles and plastic and whatnot,
Yes.
the caps are made of different plastic. So in many municipalities and in many recycling companies, they do not recycle. So they end up going where? In the waste stream, which is not good. So we're collecting bottle caps, and we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. You can bring your own from home.
So people can collect them at home and bring them with them.
Absolutely, and we will also take them for positive recycling.
I like it.
And then on our kiddie craft table, we're having our kids make plastic bottle cap creatures, led by our wonderful artists who spent a lot of time putting this together. So the kids can stop by, and the moms and dads and grandparents can also stop by.
Children of all ages
Children
can make
of
a
all
creature.
ages can make a creature.
I like it.
And that keeps at least one bottle cap out of the waste stream. So I've been collecting
That's
these.
great.
These are mine from home.
Wow.
And we also have recycling information available.
Okay.
The township will be there, and they'll be showing you how you can recycle many different things.
Right.
And we'll also have those free Cherry Hill Township compost bags.
Yes.
And what else do we have? Oh, if you really want to start your day great, you come and you do a bike ride.
Oh.
We have a free bike ride, family fun bike ride, 2 and 9 mile ride. You can check in and register if you haven't already done that online. You can
9 miles in a row.
9 miles in a row, or 2 miles.
Or 2 miles. Okay.
It's very laid back.
All
Wear
right.
your helmet, and
Safety.
you can register online or come the morning of,
Okay.
and you do the whole permission slip thing. And our leaders of the bike ride will take you around the Barkley Farm neighborhood and back to Croft Farm. So it begins at Croft Farm, ends at Croft Farm. You get back in time for our 9:45 opening ceremony, which you will be on stage with us.
I will be there at 9:45 on
Excellent.
stage.
Mayor Khan, members of town council will be there.
Nice.
And the wonderful vocal groups from Rosa will be performing as we begin our day. And we have live entertainment all day, 2 stages. The Fanatics coming at lunchtime, and the West's Lion
Right.
and the East Cougar will be there,
Oh.
weather permitting.
Weather.
They can't walk in the
We're feeling
mud.
good about the weather,
Oh,
though.
the weather's going
Right?
to be
I'm
great.
feeling good about the weather.
The weather's going to be fabulous. We have wonderful, healthy food for purchase, and for those with ID, so maybe moms, dads, grandparents can enjoy a little flying fish. That's with ID,
Oh,
and that's a first-time thing.
that is a first time. How about that?
We also have bike parking valet. So maybe you can't do the bike ride, but you want to bike over to Croft Farm and
Right.
enjoy that. You can park your
Valet-
bike for free. Valet bike parking.
Valet bike parking.
You check in, sign your bike in, leave it there. It's all safe for the
Really?
entire time that you're there.
I like that
It's a
idea
beautiful
as
thing.
well.
Yeah.
What if we could do that at our schools? Valet bike parking.
Ooh, Ooh.
Something to consider, Brenda.
Yeah, you have wonderful bike racks for
We do
your
have
your
bike
bikes
racks.
here.
We like
And
when the kids ride their bikes to
that's
school.
terrific.
And this is the time of year we see more kids that are walking, more kids that are riding their bikes back and forth. So tell me again. So the bike ride starts at what time?
It starts about 9.
About 9 a.m.
You need to check in
Okay.
about 8:30. We have free bike safety checks by the Earlton Bike Shop,
That's great.
and they will help you out. And it's wonderful. And the police make sure everybody has safe
Sure.
transport
Sure.
during the bike ride, and you come back and then enjoy the festival.
And dress comfortably, right?
Dress comfortably. Remember,
Outside.
it's a farmstead.
Okay.
So it's an outside event. It's a farmstead. It's uneven ground, so
Yes.
you want to wear your sneakers
Okay.
and whatnot. And you might need, if you have grandparents with you, you might want to bring a chair for them to
Sure.
sit down.
Sit
There are
and
not a
rest.
lot of chairs or benches.
Okay.
Oh, and don't forget to bring your water bottle.
All right.
We have free New Jersey American water refills because we are, again, reduced plastic. Fantastic.
Nice.
And that means don't
Reusable bottles.
don't bring those water bottles.
Right.
Yeah, we're trying to stay away from the single-use plastic.
Reusable.
Yeah.
And then 9:45 opening ceremonies
Yes,
on the stage.
yes.
And then how long will it run? Like if folks have baseball that morning
Oh,
or
you pop in. We're there until 2:00.
until 2 p.m.
We have 90 plus displays.
90 displays.
Yep.
I know
And
some of our children will be there, some of the
Yes.
PTA folks, some of the teachers. They've done displays in the buildings. I know one of the high schools has a new solar display they're putting out this year.
That's
I'm
wonderful.
excited.
We are excited to see all of the schools and all of the innovations that they've come up with to help our planet be healthy for many, many, many generations to come.
Great. And everybody should come.
Everybody should come. We get 5,000 of your closest, dearest friends at our event, and it's a fun day. Parking is limited, so pack your patience
Okay.
or ride your bike.
Ride your bike. I do like ride your bike.
That's awesome.
Ride your bike to come up. And this is how many years now?
This is our 9th. Actually, it's the 10th. One of the teachers in the district, Jody Raditz,
Yes.
began the pilot program back in 2009. And so actually we are calling this the 9th, right? And
Sure.
and then also with our founder, Lori Braunstein.
Right.
And then it became a lot bigger. So therefore we put on the producer and all of our team to help with this event. And it's become such a spring happening.
Yes.
And it's well beyond Cherry Hill Township. We call it South Jersey's largest eco-fest.
South Jersey's largest eco-fest.
Yes.
And Miss Raditz is still teaching math at
She
Rosa International
is.
Middle School.
Awesome. And I just saw her the other day.
Yes.
So it's nice to see Jody. And everyone else, all the grandmoms, grandpops, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, terrific. And we can't see, the school's tent, by the way, there's 2 tents
Yes.
in the back part of our festival. And that's where all the Cherry Hill schools will be displayed. So we're looking forward to seeing all of them. And I always get some great pictures of them too. And we'll post all of that during and after. And
Sure.
there's our hashtag, SCH Earth Fest.
People can tweet about it.
Tweet, videos, stills.
Pet friendly.
Of course, always do a leash. Make sure you have the leash, which is, of course, always required. And bring your little pickup bag for any droppings.
Yes. A lot of people around, right? That's important. Very good. Well, Brenda, I'm very excited that you spent a little time with me during online lunch. And I have, this is one of my favorite times of year, especially with fruits and vegetables. So my lunch today, I have some broccoli, I have some carrots. I do wash my carrots. I'm not peeling them anymore.
Really?
I've heard that,
Good.
right, there's good vitamins in the, why trim it all down, right?
Yeah.
So I wash them, but I like the little firmness. I have a little tiny halo and a regular orange. And of course, my yogurt and my almonds to go through.
Absolutely. I'm going to go and have my smoothie.
Your smoothie?
My kale fruit smoothie.
Kale fruit smoothie. I like it. Well, Brenda, thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. It's a
Excellent.
pleasure to see you.
Thank
and
you.
Thanks for bringing the props. I always like props.
And thanks. We look forward to seeing all of you. And bring your bottle caps and your water bottle.
And your water bottle.
Thanks.
Excellent. Thanks, Brenda. So as Brenda talked about, this Saturday, I hope to see you all out joining us at the Earth Festival at Croft Farm. Croft Farm is off of Brace Road here in Cherry Hill. If you head down Brace Road, it's on the right-hand side if you're heading away from Route 70. So the opening ceremonies, as Brenda talked about, are at 9:45 a.m. It's a big official opening to the festivities there. If you want to be part of the formal bike ride, make sure you're there by 8:30, quarter to 9 at the absolute latest, so that you can register. You can certainly walk up, ride your bike up. It is a wonderful day of activities. There's vendors. Please make sure you stop by and see our students and staff members and PTA members showing the displays that they've put together in the schools during the year. We love, as a school district, being a partner with the township and with Sustainable Cherry Hill in this endeavor each and every year. So I'm always amazed as we come to this point in the year because it's just about the end of April. The academic year for us always picks up after January 1st, and it has continued to pick up speed, especially since we got back after spring break. We are completing the third marking period. We're in the final run towards the end of the year. In less than 2 months, the academic year will be complete, which is bittersweet in so many ways, because I love it when kids and staff members and parents and family members are in our schools. So one of the things I'd like to ask you right now is, as we are sitting here at the end of April, have your children achieved what you expect them to achieve this year? Have you, as parents, have you been involved as much as you would like to be involved? Because there's still time. Lots of activities going on. Spring sports are still in season. We have spring concerts that are coming up at all 3 levels. Please make sure you get out and support our schools. A couple of things that I do want to talk about. We had some questions that have come in ahead of time. And remember, if you're watching us live, you can go right on YouTube. Mrs. Wilson is sitting here with us, and you can ask questions through the YouTube channel, right through the chat. Mr. Bard, who's our Director of Operations and our cameraman, is here as well. So if you have questions, please send them right through, and we will attempt to answer them. I do want to talk a little bit about our budget and about Campus Police, because questions about those 2 items came through ahead of time. So our budget for 2018-2019 was adopted by the Board of Education this past Tuesday evening during their action meeting. A little more than $200 million when you look at our grant monies that we receive as well. Our budget is about $208 million for the 2018-2019 academic year. And that has us right above, I think it's 2.01% increase from what our budget was for this current academic year. Some highlights of our budget as we move into next year. We're looking to reinstate the B teams at the middle schools, which is a tremendous plus, we believe, for children being involved, especially at the middle school level. So activity and involvement from the middle schools, and then translating into more children being involved in athletics when they get to the high school as well. We've also added an additional teacher at the high school level. We'll be offering Chinese as one of our world languages for the first time this year. In fact, this morning I spent some time in a meeting talking about staffing at the high schools, and I'm very excited to say that the Chinese program is going to be well subscribed at both High School East and High School West as we go into September. We are finalizing the process of hiring a teacher of Chinese, which has been very exciting for us this spring. So those are 2 tremendous highlights as we move into the next year. Campus Police. So we currently have 4 campus police officers in our district. We've spent a lot of time as a community and as a school district talking about safety and security. One of the things that we've talked about are our campus police. The campus police program at Cherry Hill has existed for about 35 years at this point. For all of this time, we've had campus police officers in both of our high schools. Until this past Monday, however, our campus police officers that work for the Cherry Hill Public School District were not fully equipped, meaning they were not armed. They did not carry a handgun. During the March cycle of the Board of Education, after much deliberation and discussion, the Board of Education revised their policy. So our campus police officers and our district director of security are now permitted to carry a weapon while they're on duty. So Mr. Saporito, who's our district director of security, is armed. Our 4 campus police officers at the high schools are armed starting on Monday. All of the people who work for us who are armed are appropriately certified and appropriately trained, are police academy graduates, and have worked as police officers. So we're very excited about that next step in enhancing our security. One of the other big highlights that ties in with our campus police, with our budget for 2018-2019, is the addition of 5 campus police officers for the next academic year. We have posted the anticipated openings and will be beginning interviewing for campus police officers in May. Once we hire those 5 additional campus police officers in 2018-2019, there will be a campus police officer assigned to each one of our middle schools, so one at Beck, one at Carusi, and one at Rosa. And there will be 2 campus police officers who will be assigned to travel throughout the district to visit the elementary schools, Barclay Early Childhood Center, and the Malberg Administration Building. I'm grateful to the folks in the community who have been involved in these discussions, for the work and the support of the Cherry Hill Township and the Cherry Hill Police Department, and for the vision and the foresight that the Board of Education has shown as we've moved forward. We had 3 formal meetings about safety and security in our district, one at each one of the middle schools, and again, I'm grateful to the folks from the community who came out to participate in those discussions. Safety and security is our primary responsibility. It's what we must do every day, and we all have a responsibility. Those of us who are educators, family members, the children, and community members. Please make sure you talk to your children about safety and security and about how we can continue to enhance what we do to make sure that the children in our schools are safe on a daily basis. Another highlight that's come up in some of the discussions has been, I've had questions, is about full-day kindergarten. We will be implementing full-day kindergarten in all 12 of our elementary schools in September of 2019. So not this September, but next September, 2019, we will implement full-day kindergarten in all 12 of our elementary schools. Dr. Mahan, who's our Director of Curriculum, is currently engaged with a committee of folks looking at our kindergarten curriculum, an opportunity to stop by and visit the meeting, about 20 folks sitting in a room, and an intense discussion about how do we structure a full day for the children? What do the activities look like? What do academics look like? What does structured and inquisitive play look like? How do the children progress throughout the course of the day? What will lunch look like? What will recess look like? It's a tremendous discussion. I'm very excited about the work that is going on here in Cherry Hill. I'm also excited to tell you that we are continuing to move forward towards October 2nd, when we'll be putting a referendum to the community to do much needed work throughout our school district. This will be the culmination of the work that we have done over the course of the last year and a half, focusing on our Cherry Hill 2020, a clear vision for the future. During the March board cycle, the Board of Education adopted projects to be submitted to the Department of Education in the state of New Jersey to receive approval from them in order to move forward with the referendum. We are eagerly anticipating in June, hopefully by the middle of June, receiving a response from the Department of Ed, and by the action meeting at the end of June, adopting the projects that will be included in the referendum. We anticipate that there will be 3 referenda questions that will come out in October. The first will focus on health, safety, and security. Then the second and third questions will focus on instructional spaces, large group spaces, and other infrastructure items that are needed throughout our buildings. We'll have more details about what those projects are once we receive a response from the state. But again, October 2nd, 2018, please make sure you mark down on your calendar that we're going to be asking folks to go out and vote and to support our schools. A question has just come in. Mrs. Wilson standing across from me telling me we have a question about fair funding and what's going on with fair funding. As a school district, we have been dramatically underfunded by the state of New Jersey. In fact, when we look at our school budget for 2018-2019, about 86% of our budget will come from the local tax levy. 91% of our overall budget will come from Cherry Hill, as there are funds we will adjust from surplus and that we will carry over from this year's budget to supplement and support next year's budget. In the state, the average is between 61 and 65% of monies that are collected through the local tax levy. If you have not been engaged with the Cherry Hill Fair Funding Group, please make sure you check online and find out what Cherry Hill Fair Funding is doing. They have scripts about contacting our legislators and contacting folks at the state about talking to them about how important it is that we be fairly funded, and I will say continue to talk about being equitably funded compared to other districts throughout the state of New Jersey. Through the end of March and early in April, I participated, as well as some of the board members and members of our Fair Funding Committee, in testifying before the New Jersey Senate and the New Jersey Assembly budget committees, talking about how important it is that we receive adequate funding for what we are supposed to receive from the state in order to provide an education for our children. Also, earlier in April, I testified between a joint committee of the legislature, of the Assembly and the Senate about safety and security. Along with Chief Monahan, our Chief of Police, we talked about the importance of security and how we would like to continue to enhance building security, and that requires money for us to be able to do that. So we're continuing to pressure our legislators to be involved. The Board of Education is currently working with the Mayor and Township Council, discussing about how we can take additional steps to try and put pressure on the state to help them understand how important it is that we be appropriately and adequately funded to provide our education here in Cherry Hill. I talked before about the activities that are going on. Please make sure that you stay familiar and stay in touch with our website. If you have not yet registered to receive the newsletter that we send out each week, please register to receive our newsletter. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. We have a district Facebook page that we post information as well. And if you have not yet done so, download our district app. It's involved in the Apple Store as well as in the Google Play Store. You can download and you can follow along and actually customize the app and receive updates for all of the schools that you would like to receive, or only for one school for information you would like to receive. But please, stay in touch with what's going on in our school district. I'm excited to talk about some of the books, what's currently on my reading list. and what I'm doing. And springtime is always an era for me of time of rebirth, a time of excitement, and I do like to retouch with some of the classics with what's going on. So this is what I currently am going through and reading. First, Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass. You want to talk about an American scholar and a man whose words still impact us and who we should still be listening to today? Follow along and read the Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass. Ernest Hemingway, A Farewell to Arms. There's a piece of nostalgia that always hits me when I pick up a piece of Hemingway because I enjoy the structure of how he writes. A Farewell to Arms, a challenge. It's one that we have touched on at times in our high school curricula, but I encourage you, if you have not been in touch with Mr. Hemingway, I encourage you to do so again soon. F. Scott Fitzgerald, one of my favorite American authors. I'm a particular fan of The Great Gatsby, as well as his short stories. This book is This Side of Paradise. Again, if you're a Fitzgerald fan, if all you've ever read is Great Gatsby, I encourage you to pick up This Side of Paradise. And then finally, James Baldwin, Go Tell It on the Mountain. Again, an incredible American scholar and author and thought leader, James Baldwin. Go Tell It on the Mountain. I encourage you, pick it up if you have not touched upon it, because there's so much of what Baldwin writes about in Go Tell It on the Mountain from the time period in which this book is set that can impact us today and should be not only impactful, but influencing us in 2018. If you check our website, our graduation dates, the end of the year activities are all posted. Please make sure that you plan accordingly. I look forward to seeing you at one of our events. We always enjoy when folks come out to our meetings and participate in discussion. And folks, I always remind you, especially as adults, that when you are talking and speaking in front of children, remember that our children listen to everything that we say. They listen to what comes out of our mouths, and even more importantly, they watch how we speak and how we interact. When you post things online, assume that children are going to read what you post. When it involves the school, I encourage you to please be careful about what you write and what you say. And if you have questions about the school district, I'm always happy when you contact us and ask us. I would always like to engage in dialogue and to talk to folks about what's going on. Enjoy the end of April as we progress the next couple of days. And honestly, I hope to see you at the Earth Festival Saturday morning. Take care.